Apocalypse Inc. Productions presents 5-Minute Stories, written and read by Jennifer Brozek. 5-Minute Stories, a little bit of story to last you all day.
This story is called The EMP Touch. It wasn't every day that one received something from a dead person in the mail. Brad looked at the envelope with some interest and a bit of trepidation. It was from Erin, sent to him on the day she committed suicide. That had just been 3 days after he'd walked out on her with her best friend Diane. He still felt slightly guilty about the incident. Now he felt even more uncomfortable, knowing she sent him this envelope on the day she killed herself. He opened it and glanced inside. There was a coin and a letter. He pulled the paper out and found it was blank. He poured the coin out of the envelope into the palm of his hand and hissed in pain, dropping both the paper and the coin. As the coin clacked to the ground, he saw that the previously blank sheet now had writing on it. Brad looked at the palm of his left hand and frowned at the burned mark there. It was in the shape of the coin, with the lightning bolt in the center. It hurt. A lot. It was at least a second-degree burn. He hunkered down and poked at the coin with a stick. Nothing happened. He held his hand over it, feeling for warmth, and there was none. Steeling himself for more pain, he poked at the coin with the tip of his finger. Nothing happened. Reassured, he picked it up. A plain silver thing with a lightning bolt on one side. He was relieved to discover that it didn't burn this time. In fact, it was cool to the touch. He wondered how it could have burned him in the first place. He grabbed the now legible sheet of paper before it could flutter away in the wind, and headed into the house to read it. The hallway light burst and went out when he flicked it on. His day was going from bad to worse. Walking into the kitchen, he started to read. Dear Brad, I thought long and hard on your betrayal and the pain you put me through. I could wax poetic about what an awful person you are to do this to me. But you know me, I'm more of a woman of action than words. By now, you have touched the coin, and the spell I wrought is complete. When I am hurt, I don't just get mad, I get even. With this spell, cursed to be exact, at the cost of my own life, I have condemned you to live forever. I believe this is a just punishment for you. He shook his head, rolling his eyes. This was exactly one of the reasons he ran off with Diane. Erin was always spouting insane shit like this. Who could blame him? He opened the refrigerator and grabbed a soda. While there, he noticed the interior light wasn't on. Pausing, he couldn't hear the refrigerator running. Great. More problems. He closed the door, opened the soda, and continued to read. I know of your love of high-tech toys, and I know you spent hours chatting with Diane on IM and in your game while ignoring me. I decided to take all of that away from you. You know how Midas had the touch that turned everything into gold? Well, think of this curse like that, but only with all things electronic and electrical. I have cursed you with the EMP Touch. Everything you touch that has electricity in it will be destroyed. In return, all of your aches and ills and injuries will be cured. Frowning, Brad looked at the burn on his palm. It was healed over completely, a white circle with a jagged white lightning bolt scar. He poked at it and felt no pain. This can't be happening, he muttered. What? Diane asked, coming in from the back room. This. He gestured the letter. It's from Erin. She said she killed herself to curse me. What? Are you kidding? She reached out and took the letter, scanning it quickly. Oh, honey, the woman was insane. She killed herself, and she wants you to feel guilty for it. Don't worry about this trash. It was all in her head. Diane hugged him, kissing him on the cheek. He held her, hoping she was right. Then he felt her trembling. Turning, he saw that Diane's eyes had rolled up in her head, and she was having some sort of seizure. As soon as he let her go, she collapsed to the ground. He crouched over her, calling her name, trying to revive her. He stopped when he realized that her seizure got worse every time he touched her. Backing away, he fumbled for his cell phone, which sparked and died as soon as he touched it. He ran to the house phone, only to hear static when he tried to dial out. After throwing it across the room, he hurried back to Diane and was relieved to see that she was still breathing, but was unconscious. He carefully took the letter from her hand, without touching her, and saw that more writing had appeared. He backed away and read what was there. I know you haven't yet learned the extent of my curse, love of mine, but by now you have learned that my curse of the EMP Touch extends to living things, in particular to humans. I know it takes two to tango, and Diane is just as guilty of betraying me as you are. If she isn't the first human you touched, and she's not suffering from having every electrical impulse in her body going insane, know now that you could never touch her again, or any other living creature for that matter, for the rest of your extended life. Not a human, not an animal, not even a bug. Each time you do, you will either kill them or cause them lasting harm. Additionally, each time you're hurt, even just the suffering of age, your EMP touch will heal you. It will force you to live as long as there are electrical impulses in this world. You have no choice in the matter. A dog running up to you, a cat rubbing against you, a computer in the same room with you, even a mosquito landing on you for a bite will make sure you live on and on and on. You will continue to exist without the luxury of technology or electronic toys in this modern world, and without the touch of a loved one, much less a human being. I believe this is more than an appropriate punishment for what you did to me. May you live forever with my name as a curse upon your lips. In love and hate, Aaron. Brad stared at the letter in horror, knowing that his life was changed forever, and he had no idea if he could do anything about it. It seemed, though, he would have a very long time to think about the problem.
Apocalypse Inc. Productions hopes you have enjoyed this story by Jennifer Brozek. If you would like to read it, or others like it, it is available in 5-Minute Stories, Volume 4 by Jennifer Brozek on Amazon.com.